Well, we talk about this a lot. The studies that show that drinking moderate amounts of alcohol might have some health benefits. Now, while that might be true, there is a new study that was published this week suggesting that no amount of alcohol is good for you, that the negative side effects do not outweigh the positives. So right now we are recognizing Alcohol Awareness Month. This national movement draws more attention to the cause and effects of alcoholism, as well as how to help families and honestly communities deal with drinking problems. So joining me now to talk more about this and how we can really examine our own relationship with alcohol, Philip Warwick, the clinical director for Lakeview Health Treatment Center. Thanks for coming in today.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, you know, I think, while we away from COVID and being isolated, but I think so many people use that as an excuse to have their daily glass of wine. And, you know, mothers, after when their kids are growing, it's like, oh, I need my mommy drink. I think it's really important that we talk about a daily glass of wine sometimes becomes more than just one glass. And next thing you know, we're kind of out of control.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. Alcohol use is actually responsible for over 200 different kinds of other health consequences as a result. And so I know a lot of people like to have that glass of wine or a beer in the evening or something like that, but we do have to really look internally at our own patterns of alcohol use and see the impact that it's had on our lives, whether that be negative or in some cases it can be okay and positive, but we really do need to take a close look at that. And I think Alcohol Awareness Month gives us that opportunity to really look closer at our own patterns and see the effects that alcohol has played in our lives. And even further than that, it really allows us to showcase recovery in general and share some of the inspiration and hope and some of the beautiful stories of people living successful lives in recovery, which is awesome and it's wonderful to see.
Let me ask a question, because I think, how do you know that you have a problem? I mean, if it's just that one glass and you're able to stop, or if it's getting out of control, or you're trying to say, okay, I'm not going to drink Monday through Friday, and you can't get a handle on it, is that an example?
Yeah, that's absolutely an indicator. A lot of people have a tough time recognizing their own patterns sometimes. So sometimes it will be family members or friends or even coworkers that recognize unhealthy patterns in somebody's life. I think a big thing is, showing up late to work or not being able to cut back on your drinking or even increasing the amount of drinks you're having per night. Those are pretty big indicators. Even DSM criteria, which is the manual we use to diagnose alcohol use disorder, has some pretty clear-cut criteria for those for that disorder, and those few are a couple of the big indicators.
What do you suggest to kind of get a handle on that? Because I think it's going to be hard to say, okay, stop drinking cold turkey. Do you think maybe during the week is better not to drink, and on the weekend just being more mindful of what you're consuming? Yeah,
and it really depends on the individual and the level that they are drinking. I think intervention early on can be very, very successful. There's actually a term called pre-addiction. A lot of people think you have to wait until somebody reaches their rock bottom before you can implement any kind of intervention. And I firmly believe that that's false. I think the earlier we provide an intervention, or the earlier we can get help to somebody, the less consequences that person will have to go through, the less potential job loss, cost, financial cost, all of that stuff can be reduced by earlier interventions.
Yeah. When we examine our relationship with alcohol, is there a way to have a good one in your mind?
Yeah, I think there's always a way to have a healthy relationship with alcohol, but again, I think that's a very personal discovery, and it's done on an individual basis. I think a lot of people, 70% of adults utilize alcohol in some fashion, and most of those people can drink responsibly. But that being said, especially during Alcohol Awareness Month, it's never a bad thing to really look at our own patterns and see the impact and be honest with ourselves about the impact. Maybe there are some slight negative consequences that we can, implement some specific interventions to help reduce those consequences.
All right, thank you so much, Philip Warwick with Lakeview Health Treatment Center. If you are watching this and you feel like you have a problem, this is a good time to self-examine and then maybe get some help, like you said, if you need it. Appreciate you coming in.
Absolutely, thank you.
All right.